Hey, good morning, everybody. Rory Powers, Right Line Trading. Big day today. Wow, pre-market. And the market is on a rocket ship to the moon. Happy Friday, everybody. I hope you had a nice evening. I'm going to bring up the Forex Factory. Excuse me. My name's Rory Powers. I'm with Right Line Trading, the best. And we're going to be showcasing the AI Auto Trader. If this is your first time joining us today, you're in for a treat. We've got a fully automated system that's really a powerhouse of a system that once the strategies are enabled, the system will execute and manage the trades on your behalf. This morning at 8:30, they had some news reports. The building permits, housing starts, maybe that's what caused this. 9:15, capacity utilization rate, not sure what that is. Industrial production, month over month. Maybe the housing market's back on fire. Let's take a look and see what the news was. U.S. industrial production rises almost a full percent in December. That's a rosy report. Discount window. Stigma after the global financial crisis. U.S. monthly new residential construction. Well, if that housing market comes back, look out. Hey, good morning, Rao. Good morning, Marcy. Okay, let's do it. I don't see any red folders today, so let's let the good times roll. Let's take a quick look at the leaderboard. These bots really love this action. And you can see I've got some bots that are really loving this trading environment. What we do is we let these strategies and bots, or the bots and drones, and I'm going to explain a little bit more about how that works in a minute. But we let all of the bots run overnight and right through the London Open and headed into the New York Open, the New York Stock Exchange, the U.S. Open. We have what we call our leaderboard. I've already reset this one because it maxes out at 3,000. So that smart stop is loving this market environment. And we have a few others. The Velocity bot, the ES one-day pass, the 30 range ABC drone. The Steven is an 8 Unorenco on the NASDAQ, a 20 Unorenco Mac truck on the NASDAQ, the ES30 range on the Star, all over $1,000 pre-market. So what I do with that information is I get my trade copier and relying solely on the data of how the performance, strictly on performance, keeping it simple, we're not going with our gut feeling and which strategy we like the best. We're going strictly with the numbers. What I do is I set up a trade copier. I put my leader account as the top bots. I want to copy the winners. Are there bots that are losing? Yeah, if I go to the bottom, you'll see some that are losing. But I'm not going to worry about these. I'm not going to trade them. I'd be crazy to trade them. I'm going to trade the ones that are loving this environment right now. Okay? So I've set up a separate tab on my trade copier. On some PA accounts, I put up my number 1. My NQ30 range ABC drone is at 2460. I've got that on a tab. And what I could do is very quickly, I could click it on and copy those trades across all of my prop accounts. We have a new strategy on the MES, the micros. We get a lot of members who tell me, Rory, I just want to make $100. I got 10 accounts. I got 15 accounts. I don't want to risk a lot of money, but I'd be happy with $100 a day, and we'll spread it across 10 accounts, and we'll make $1,000 a day, and we'll call it a day. That's exactly the spirit of this new PA 50,000 account template. And it could be traded on any size prop account. That MES, I was looking at the numbers, is doing well. It's up $1,300 trading micros this week. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Let me mute myself for just a minute.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Good morning. Good morning. All right, so 9:32. Let's let the opening settle down for just a moment or two. We've got a really diversified portfolio of strategies. Our 1-2 punch is the NASDAQ E-mini. The system will trade all the index equities with exception to the Russell. And we've also added crude oil and gold. When institutional money is influencing those tickers, we want to have a couple bots in the game in our toolbox to be able to quickly enable and capitalize on any volatility, any institutional manipulation of those instruments. We want to be on top of it. We've got a beauty here on this Sim Smart Stop 2. This is a strategy that will go, you'll either make 300 or 500 when it goes in our direction. It gets into this ebb and flow of the market very nicely. It's the single session record holder just a few weeks ago. And you'll see once it comes into my profit window, which is about 20 ticks from my profit target, my stop is going to fly down and lock in profits. And at that point, I'm either going to make $300 or $500. And until we get into that profit window, we give it a lot of room. We give it a lot of room. Let's see if we can get into that profit window here. We got a smart stop locking in profits there. If we get a bullish engulfing candle, that was an exit on the line change. We have a momentum-based trailing stop. My kids are going a little crazy back there. Kids are home from school today. Momentum-based trailing stop. So if that 15 EMA changes colors, it's going to quickly exit the trade and bring home the bacon. Let's take a quick look at the overall trading environment. On a 20 Unorenco, you could see we had that huge move up. Huge move up pre-market. The market doesn't like those gaps. So at the opening bell, it's kind of filling in that gap that it shot up pre-market. We don't want to get faked out in a short move. if the market's going to be trending up all day. So I like to let it settle down and find a direction. Jorge, good morning. Buenos dias. Sounds great. Let's do it. Good morning, Judy. We're going to let the good times roll. It looks like it's going to be a good trading day, and we'll try to get it done early. It is Friday, and I know these big shots want to get out to the golf course. I'm referring to these hedge fund managers and institutional traders. They want to get onto that 19th hole at the golf course. So the bots that I'm going to be trading today, well, you see them right here on my leaderboard. These are the ones I'm looking at. These are the ones I'm focusing on. I always keep in the back of my mind the what have you done for me lately, I refer to them. See, when you order the AI Auto Trader, we set up the system with a unique SIM account for each individual bot and drone. And the reason we do that is we can get a historical performance of each individual bot. I like to do like about a week look back. Market conditions change quick. Here we go. Jumped in short again on this Smart Stop 2. This is the number one strategy on my leaderboard, so I'm keeping a really close eye on it. When this one gets into the ebb and flow of the market, there's no stopping it. We're going right into support here, though. Boom. My profit window just locked in, $300. So now it's either 3 or 5. We got the 3 on that one. Let's see if we can break through support. I'm going to enable my Sim Smart Stop 2. Jump in. It seems to have found the ebb and flow, I like to refer to it. Reminds me of the ocean. Here we go short. See if we can lock one in. Market's retracing from this huge move it took pre-market. Let's see if we can get it to go. Come on down. You're the next contestant. Come on down. Got really nice volume, almost 3,000 contracts a minute. I always have people ask me, what are these numbers on the bottom? Well, that's volume. The system wants to track the flow of institutional money. That's the premise. One of the main metrics to do that is looking at the volume. If institutional money is not at play, that volume will be a couple hundred contracts a minute. If there's 3,000, picked up a nice winner there. 275. Now there's nothing preventing me from stopping right here. But I'm going to let it go one more. Let's see if we can catch another short. These are good sized PA accounts, 150,000 and 300,000. Let's give it a pause right here. Let's see if it shifts directions on us. Do you have any suggestions for order rate limits for trailing stops? We have some really, to answer your question, we have some very unique ways to trail our stops in our toolbox. We have our pattern recognition, excuse me, which is our machine learning algorithm that looks for certain pattern recognitions. If we're in a short trade and we get a bullish engulfing candle, well, the system is going to take you out as quickly as possible because it senses a reversal. We also have the momentum-based trailing stop that's tied to our 15 EMA. The 15 EMA, you see on the bottom left of my chart, I have a green square. That green square happens to be the same color as my 15 EMA. That's the dotted line below my 50 here. The dotted line below my 50. So the stop is tied to that 15 EMA. That's a momentum-based trailing stop. We also have your standard trailing stop by a defined number of ticks. For example, on our haymaker strategy, we trail the trade by 50 ticks. It's a 50-tick trailing stop, set in stone. And last but not least is we have our profit window. I love the profit window. There's an old saying, don't be a you-know-what over a tick. It rhymes with tick. Don't be a you-know-what for a tick. What that means is if you're a tick or two away from your profit target and your stop is way out in right field, well, you only at that moment, you can only make another 10 or 20 bucks. But if your stop is way up high, you're risking hundreds of dollars to make an extra $10 or $20. It doesn't make sense. So the profit window is once we become a defined number of ticks from our profit target, the stop will fly down and go to an equal distance behind price. So you don't stand the chance of risking more than you potentially have to make once you're very close to your profit target. So we do have some really great ways to manage these positions. It allows us, not only that, I failed to mention our break-even plus or minus. Once the trade matures a certain amount of distance and you're in the green, then we can move our stop to break-even plus or minus and lock in some profits on that move. So it allows us to go for very ambitious profit targets. And in the meantime, lock in profits along the way. Here's another trade. This Smart Stop 2, which we shared with all of our members. We'll take a look at the numbers. I'm a numbers guy. Thank you, Jorge. I appreciate your kind words. Thank you. I think, if I'm not mistaken, don't you live in South Florida? Is that you or no? Or am I mistaken? January 17th. And we're gearing up for right line funding. We're looking for a few good traders. We want to give you some money to trade with. You know, that's the ultimate goal with these prop accounts, is to get an actual live funded account. And I was just discussing it with Mark and the team. We want to fund some traders that are getting consistent results. We want a win-win relationship. Let's go to that sim Smart Stop 2. This is my what have you done for me latelys. We're getting a shift here. I had a feeling it was going to do this. It retraced. If you look at my 20 Unirenko, market open, it made a big retracement from that gap up. But you know what? I believe that was a fake out. I think we're going to continue to go up today. It's just a gut feeling. January 20th on Monday, or is it Monday or Tuesday? 18th, 19th, 20th, yes, is the inauguration. It's Martin Luther King Day. The markets are closed. But we're heading into a really exciting trading environment, I believe. With Trump's first inauguration, the first 4 years, man, the markets were just extremely volatile. A lot of fun to trade. Okay, let's go to that Sim Smart Stop 2. I want to show you the what have you done for me latelys. I always like to look at what this is an analysis of this week of the Sim Smart Stop 2. And I always like to see the times that it does well consistently. We're kind of moving into a time here that this week it kind of quit performing. About 10 a.m., it hasn't really been doing well. Up until 10, it does great, but then it drops off. So just something to gives me a little caution. Let's look at, man, this other strategy that we shared the other day with our members is absolutely on fire. Wait till I show you this one. This is our velocity stop. Now we haven't time optimized this. I kind of have it running wide open. But this is this week from 113 to 117. You could see between 7:30 and about 11 a.m. Take out that opening bell hour, and once the market settles down, it's really nice again. But without any time optimization, it's up $6,000 this week. Let me move this out of the way. $6,000 this week, running it wide open. These are the hours that it does it. These are the hours it does well. This is on the top left. I've been doing a lot of talking about our NASDAQ strategies, which when they get hot, there's just, I'm telling you, they'll hit your profit goal very quickly. Our 1-2 punch, though, you have to include now the ES. We have a strategy that runs on an 8 Unirenko that one of our members, Mr. Higgins, shared with our community of traders. And you could see it took a beautiful entry here. You see the retracement right back down into the VWAP, that yellow dotted line. Popped off the VWAP, bounced off the VWAP, and headed back long into the direction of the trend. That's a really nice entry. Ooh, look at our Mac truck. The Mac truck is a 20 Unorenko strategy. 20 Unorenko is a very large bar, higher time frame. Unlike a time-based bar or a range bar, well, range bar also is calculated in ticks. Unlike a time-based bar, which is calculated in time, a Unorenko bar is calculated in ticks. And it really smooths out your chart. It removes all of the static. It makes it very easy to read. The one knock on Unorenko has always been that it obliterates price action. We've developed these hybrid Unorenkos that provide you a unique look into the intracandle auction between the bulls and the bears. You see the wick, the black line, that's our hybrid Unorenko that shows you the pullback. Right now, it shows you the bull failure in this down closing bar with that black wick was a bull failure. And it closed to the downside. Okay, we're back in on the 30 range. Let's go to the what have you done for me latelys. The Delta chart. New York City. All right. Love New York. I love New York. I went to school in New York. My friends thought I was crazy. You know, I'm from Miami Beach. I said, why in the world are you going to New York? You know how cold it gets up there? I said, where? In Syracuse it gets cold? In the profit window, and bam, full winner. Here we go. Jump right back in long. Let me see if I can get my evals in the game. I love that Mack truck. That Mack truck is up. That's not the Mack truck. Oh, let's play the MES also. The smart velocity stop maxed out its profits. All right, let's get to the what have you done for me latelys. This is important information. Let me show it. What I'm looking at is this week. And I'm looking at my strategies. The ES bot is down 17, so I really don't have my eye on that one today. Unless it's on my leaderboard, I don't want to trade it. My ES 5-minute, which is really running on a 30 range, is up 800 for the week. My one-day pass, my ES 5-minute one-day pass, is up $3,000. I always look at the percent profitable on my one-day passes. It's going to be profitable. It's trading 10 contracts. But what's important to me is I want to know what's my chance of passing that evaluation using the one-day pass. And with this one here, it's about 38%, 37.5%. That's the one-day pass for this week. My cash register bot is about break even. Nothing exciting to see there. My scalper bot is up 762 for the week on the ES. Now my drone is up 2,200 on the ES. So when I see that, I see there's $7,600 in winning trades. And it's a drone. Now I know the logic in this system is the drone is going to trade 23 hours a day. The drone is going to trade 23 hours a day, and it's going to share the database with the bot and tell the bot historically what time of the day it does well. The bot is only going to trade that time of the day. Okay? So what comes to mind is, well, the drone made $7,600 in winning trades. Well, the important information is, well, when did it do it, right? When did it do it? Here it is. This is when it did it. Early. It did it early. Between 8 and 9:30. It crushed it. That ES8U scalper drone on my computer this week, pre-market, crushed it. So that strategy this week, $2,253. The gold one-day pass is down 186. Barely any trades. Here's our PA account template that runs on the MES. The MES, this is a weekly recap of the results of our bots and drones. The MES PA account, this is a bot that we specifically developed. It looks like we hit our first target on that 8 Unarenko. So now we're in this trade with no risk, with a trailing stop. So if everything goes well and this continues to trend up, we have an opportunity to continue to lock in profits on that trade. So our PA account template, which runs on 2 micros, we took our most powerful bot, which was that ES30 range. One of our members, Robert, who's a professional trader and a professional at the optimization of these strategies, shared with our community this ES30 range bot. What we did was, because we were trading a PA account, we wanted to develop a template specifically for PA accounts. Now you've done the groundwork and you've passed your evaluation. You put some blood, sweat, and tears in, some time and money and effort. So you want to sustain that account. You don't want to blow it. You want to go to a more conservative strategy. Bam, we got into our profit window. And is it going to go all the way? Push, push, push. I'm looking at this trade here. Bam, got us there. And the Mack truck, man, that's the one that I was looking at. It was a beautiful setup short on that Mack truck. This is a beauty. Just locked in some profits. It took the break even plus or minus. My stop locked in some profits. So we're in the trade with no risk. Now we just need some wiggle room here. We have a nice ambitious profit target on the NASDAQ in a confirmed trend now to the downside. Rarely will you see this strategy get faked out. It does happen, but on a 20 Unarenko bar, and we've got a couple bar delay in order for it to get in. So we need a couple of confirmation bars so we don't get faked out. But we got a small gain. And our 30 range is just trading away. So the 30 range is a little more aggressive. And then the 8 Unarenko is going to be even more aggressive than that with those shorter time frames on the NASDAQ. In our profit window, And 200, 250 or 500?
Order submitted.
Bam, another 500. So we're right back up to 42.30. So let's go back to our weekly review. How do you get the accounts column to show up? There's this little golf, it looks like a golf tee. That's your filter. If you click that filter, all your accounts will show up if they took a trade during this time frame that you're looking at. I'm looking at this week, the 13th to the 17th. If that bot took a trade, it's going to show up in this list when I click my filter, which is that golf tee. I call it a golf tee. To the top right. And then I can check off each individual account and really do a little more of an analysis of how it performed, when it did well, when it didn't do well, what my average winner was, what my percentage profitable was. Look at the percentage profitable on that PA account template. 74%. 74%. It's trading 2 micros, I believe. Yes, 2 micros. 73%. $1,300. Look at the drawdown. $250 drawdown. For a PA account template, that's what you want. You don't want no drawdowns. So $1,000 a week across 5 accounts, 10 accounts, we're in business. In our profit window again. Okay, we've locked in 250 instead of 500, so we're at 44.80. So let's take a look at the Mack truck. Mack truck, a very respectable $1,232 on the bot. On the bot. Trading 1 contract on the NQ 20 Unirenko. Nice conservative strategy. Doesn't take many trades. It took 9 trades. It only won 44% of its trades. But the average winning trade was $750, and my average losing trade was half of that. Was $350. So if my risk to reward is at a 2-to-1, and I'm winning 44% of my trades, I'm going to make money. No way around it. I'm going to do well. So only 9 trades for the week. $1,200 profit. Trading 1 contract on the NASDAQ. I really like that 20 Unirenko Mack truck. With this volatility, it's not going to get you faked out and wicked out on the wrong side of a trade very often. The drone that trades 23 hours, that same strategy, was up almost $5,000. So I'd love to see, when I see it made $11,000, well, when did it do it? Let me know. This is when it did it. It does extremely well. At 9:30, it loves the market open. Make a mental note. The NQ20U loves the market open. Look at that. Between the bot and the drone, it's up over $5,000, trading at 9:30. That's good information. Between the two on this week, they're up about $6,100. We released another version of the 20 Unirenko that uses some variations, some additional conditions and filters. Here we go. If we start trending in one way,
submitted.
Let me put my evals on. Really like the way this one is trading. Let me turn off my PAs and go to my evals. Let's see if we could jump in. This is a trade copier. It provides me the ability to use a leader account, one of my SIM accounts, one of my the accounts associated with my bot or drone, whichever one's doing the best. I can quickly make it my leader account. I'm just trying to turn off the PA accounts. We're going to be integrating a special tool that's going to be able to remove all of these accounts that we're no longer using. I'm looking forward to that. And I want to talk about right line funding a little bit, but let's keep going with this. Let's get on the evals. See if we can catch some of these long moves on this strategy that's so hot today. I wish they had a little wheel on this that you could just drag up, but they don't. I'm getting a little lag time is what that's telling me. Speaking of lag time, I had the guy from AT&T over yesterday, and I am wired for sound with this internet speed. Oops. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what it's doing that for. Ay, ay, ay. It gave me all of these follower accounts. Let me just turn them off. Oh, okay, I think that did it. No, it didn't. Okay, maybe that did it. Boy, this thing is giving me some real headaches. Excuse me for a moment. Okay, it's the ES and GC. Somehow I made a couple of accounts I didn't want to be followers, so I'm just trying to remove those now.
Order submitted.
And one last one is the GC. Here we go. We'll take a look at our, you know what, our, yeah, the scalper bot and drone on the E-mini are crushing it. Just crushing it. We'll get to those in just a moment. Okay, so I put some evals on this strategy that's doing very well. And we'll see if we can catch a winner on this group right here. So let's keep going with our 20U snipers. The sniper is down 500. The drone is up $32. This is really the direction I was hoping to get is a long trade, but these bots know better than me. Let's take a look at the retirement plan. The 1-day pass, here we go. See if we can catch one. Get in our window. Now our profit target is right below support, which I really don't like. In this situation, I'm going to move my profit target right above support. I want to give price a clear shot, a clear line to my profit target. Okay, it exited on a line change right there, so it minimized my loss. It felt like it was going to continue up, which it did, and it took me out with a $120 loss. All right, let's keep going. I was hoping to catch a long move. Let's take a look at our retirement plan for the week. We're up $720 on our retirement plan bot. Yeah, it's going sideways on us pretty good. You're right, George. Ooh, took another short. Let's see if we can get one to come down our way. Gonna move it right above this area. Push on down. We have a really great strategy that uses what we call a velocity filter, where it won't get you into this environment where it's choppy. It'll wait until there's about 80 or 100 ticks of range, and the market's moving nicely. Then it gives you the green light, satisfies that condition, and takes off. That's that SimSmart Velocity stop. I need to restart that strategy. It maxed out. Let me reset it. Once it hits 3,000, it stops trading. So I'm just going to disable it and turn it back on. It's the Sim Velocity. There it is. Yeah, it's maxed out. Okay. Come on down. I think this market wants to still go up. I'll tell you. This is what this strategy will do. It'll just kind of float around here for a while. You see my RSI line, my relative strength index, and my LIQUIDITY oscillator. Momentum is kind of sloped down. Let's see if we can bounce off this upside resistance. Like to bail on it. Momentum just pushed up. It's retesting that area of resistance. Come on down. Come on down. I think I'm going to move my stop a little bit. Now that's the nice thing also, is you always have the ability, even though it's a fully automated system, you always have the ability to manage the position. If I want to drag my stop or hit the chart trader and close a position, or drag my stop, this system does give you that flexibility. There goes my smart velocity stop. Let's take a look at that one. That's a hot one. Ooh, man. When that one gets in a trade, good things happen. All right, so the retirement plan is up 720, trading one contract for the week. My drone is crushing it. My retirement plan drone is crushing it. People always ask me, should I trade the bot? Do I trade the bot or the drone? You know, my answer is always, well, which one is making the most money? You know? We're not really dogmatic about which one it is. So we really just go by the numbers. You can see I got these new beautiful shutters in my room, my office. So the retirement plan crushed it this week. Crushed it. Come on, one time to the upside. Let's go. I'm in this trade on the other strategy, on the SimSmart Stop 2. This is the trade I'm in right here. So the retirement plan had a big week at 3,200. The 30 range one-day pass at about 35% win rate. 35% win rate. I think we've got some buying pressure here. I just think it's having a tough time breaking through this resistance. It's not going below the 50 much. I think they're pushing it and pushing it up higher. Once it breaks through, we should get a good pop. Come on, let's go. Nope. We've got a lot of sellers sitting right there. They're really fighting over that price point. Okay, let's keep going. Let's see the Haymaker. The Haymaker is one of my favorite strategies. The Haymaker's up $1,700 this week. That's the bot. The bot's up $1,700. I also want to mention, if you're one of the people that are a set it and forget it, you can't be in front of your computer. I want to continue with my answer on which one do I trade, the bot or the drone. If you can't be in front of your computer, it's always a good idea to use the bot. The bot is the one that's self-optimizing and self-adjusting. So if you can't be in front of your computer, the bot is always the more conservative way to go. The drone is going to trade right now and continuously. So you can see the drone is only up 339. The bot in this scenario is up 1700. Come on, break through this area of support. Let's see if we can get one to run for us. Come on down. Come on down. Push down. Trying to break through. Couldn't quite get there. $30 range. The drone's up 900. The bot's down 900. Steven, the 8-unit Renko Steven. On my computer, the bot hasn't taken many trades at all. It's down 588. The drone is up 945. The 8-unit Renko on the NASDAQ is it's going to take some trades. You won't be bored. Here we go again, short. See if we can get this one. Come on, all the way down. Push down a little more. Get in our profit window. Oh, there we go. Push down. Beautiful. Got that one. Today was my first day on the PA accounts. The Russell, we're not trading anymore. The ES30 range star, bad week this week. ES Sim Smart Stop, about break even. Then we have these Sim accounts, are the ones that are in development, research and development. And I have a couple of exciting ones. Let's take a look. The Sim NQ Smart Stop, down 5,000. This is a one contract NQ scalper that runs wide open. It found $11,000 in winning trades, so I always like to look and see when it did it. Between 10 and 10:30, it did fairly well. The Smart Velocity Stop. This is a strategy here. If I go back to the month of January, now my profit target's in a nice position here. If it continues down, I'm right above support. So I've got a clear shot. Hopefully it continues to trend down a little bit for me. But look at this, what this strategy did for this month. Look at that. Between 8 a.m., and I shared this with our community in that collaboration channel, from 8 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. throughout the entire New York session, this bot this month has crushed it. I'm at $18,000. Well, that's the only bot I should have been trading today. I must be out of my mind crazy. This one is at $18,000 for the month of January. Let me show you where it is. In our Discord chat, Whoops. Let me try again. In our Discord chat, there's a channel on the bottom, Strategy Collaboration. This Strategy Collaboration channel, I see Ralph found it. This is the template right here. This is the template here. You could download it. Once it downloads and saves to your computer, move it under your documents, NinjaTrader 8, templates, strategy, AI Auto Trader P. Load that template up, let it rip next week. Trading's going to be hot next week. We're closed Monday for Martin Luther King Day. Come on, push all the way. Nice. Okay. So that put me where I wanted to be. Across all my Apex accounts, I'm just trading the leaderboard. I was able to get 1,330 on my evals, and on my PA accounts another 790. And it really wasn't rocket science. We just went with the one that was working the best in this trading environment. And that's how we do it. That's how we do it at Right Line Trading. So let me go over this one more time because I want you to have this strategy. This strategy made $18,000 in the month of January trading one contract. $18,000. Let me go back to my trade performance. $18,000. When did it do it? Well, shoot, it did it anytime between 8 a.m. all the way up to 4 o'clock. The whole market open. This is that velocity stop that I was mentioning. This is very ingenious. Mark Miller, who's the owner of Right Line, extremely intelligent guy, said, how do we stop from getting into these trades when it's in chop? Well, he came up with this velocity filter where one of the conditions in order to enter a trade, once with the triggers, one of the conditions is we have to have 80 or 100 ticks of range. The market has to be moving nicely. We don't want to get into that sideways action and get chopped to pieces. And this strategy here this month, if I click generate, let me keep updating it because I re-enabled it. It hit its max profit target. And it's probably even higher. I'm probably selling it short. It's at $18,815. It does trade a lot. It's on a 30 range. I happen to have this going all day and night. I wanted to run it wide open so I could see throughout the entire session when it does the best. That's how our learning model works. The bot and the drone run in tandem. The drone, the more data that it has to share with the bot, well, the smarter your bot is going to be. So I like to have an enormous amount of data running the drones so when they connect with the bot and they optimize the time, the trading session hours, and they optimize the position of my stop and profit targets, they've got some data to work with. So this is a strategy that was $18,000 in the month of January. It didn't really matter when you ran it during the market, during the New York market, New York Open. Here we go. We're back in with that Sim Smart Stop 2. Remember, this is the strategy that holds the daily session record. When it gets into the ebb and flow of the market and it gets into that profit window, you're either going to make 250 or 500. The key is getting into that profit window. Here's the SimSmart Stop 2, the one we're doing very well with. When I see this, I don't get discouraged. It's down 3,000 for the month, but look at all those winning trades it got. Okay, it's got 118,000 in winners. So it's not going to do well every day, but when it comes to the top of my leaderboard, it really likes the environment that we're currently in. So I could still use it in my toolbox like I did today. I probably won't trade it every day, but when I see it at the top of my leaderboard like it is today, I'm going to use it. I'd be crazy not to. So people will ask me, well, that bot, what is the P&L? Well, it's losing 3,800 for the month. But guess what? Today it made me 3,000 or 4,000. So I don't let the overall P&L discourage me. My number one emphasis is my leaderboard. What have you done for me lately? That's all that matters. So this carries the most weight. Then I like to go to my, well, what does this week look like? What does this week? My Sim UB test is a variation of the ES30 range, as well as the Volkswagen. The YM historically does a pretty good one-day pass. This week, not so. It was at 33, well, about 33%. So that's a rundown of our portfolio for this week and this month. And that's pretty much how we use this tool to give us an edge. That's all we need. We just need we need to be a little bit better than the other guy. Okay, I'm glad you asked that. I do that. I lose my train of thought and I don't finish a point. And I'm glad you asked me that. The way you would do it, let's do it together. If you see somebody drop in a really juicy strategy in that strategy collaboration channel, here's my ES jumped in long. My NASDAQ jumped in long. This is our 1-2 punch, the ES NASDAQ. Look at my leaderboard. ES NASDAQ. I have a gold bot. Yeah, I have but one goal, but what is predominantly on every single one of my top 10 strategies is the NASDAQ and the ES. Why would I trade anything different? If I did, I should have my head examined. So if you go to the strategy collaboration channel, we're going to do this together. And I'm going to show you the path. There's a little download button right here. I'm going to click on that, and I see the name of it is the NQ Smart Velocity Stop 2, right? So I'm going to click on it to download it. And what happened was it came over here, and it gave me this warning. I'm going to press keep to keep it. And now that I see it in my downloads, all I have to do is go to my File Explorer. I'm going to click on Show in Folder. Show in Folder. And what pops up is this. Now, Mandingo, watch the path here. What we're going to do is we're going to right-click on it. And I'm going to cut it. I'm going to right-click and select Cut because I'm going to move it. This is the way that I know how to do it. Cut. Then I'm simply going to go to my Documents, NinjaTrader 8, and the path is going to come up here. NinjaTrader 8, I'm going to do it slow, and then I'm going to go to my Templates. Once I'm in NinjaTrader 8, it all started in Documents. NinjaTrader 8, I'm going to go to my templates, look for my strategy folder, and I'm going to open my AI Auto Trader P folder, and I'm going to paste it here. I'm going to paste it here. I can click Control V, and I've already got it, so it would replace it. I don't really need to do that, but that's where you would paste it. Now, one of our members, Jason, was kind enough. Was sharing my strategies. I opened a folder of all the old strategies, so it looks like I have a zillion of them. But that's not the case. The ones that we're actively trading, there's not a zillion. There's a lot, but not a zillion. I'm a firm. One other thing I wanted to mention is that I think it's very important that is capital preservation. I'm a firm believer. Hey, if you hit your profit goal, don't get greedy. Don't get greedy. We want a consistent, sustainable strategy that we can repeat day in and day out. And if we want to stay in the game. So you hit your loss limit, call it a day. Put your tail between your legs and head home. You hit your profit goal, shut it off. Take the money and run.
Order submitted.
Thank you, Marcy. Did you get it, Mandinga? Oh, thank you, Ed. I appreciate that. Let's see the open positions we're in. Open positions, I wanted to mention, if you're running the strategies, the account, if you don't know, these are the basics 101. If I want to see the trade that's in this Sim Gold trade, I want to see the trade. I would go to my gold chart, bring up my gold, and in my chart trader, I need the account to match the account that's in my open position. So I see I'm in this gold position. I want to see it on my chart. I brought up my gold chart and I matched my account in the chart trader with the one that's running in the strategy. Very important. If you're somebody that wants to see the trade or perhaps manage it, you want to be able to. You have to put the account name. It has to match. Okay. Another common question that we get is, how do I switch it into my live account? How do I switch it into my live account? Well, the quickest and easiest way, especially if you're using multiple accounts, is get yourself a trade copier. I'm not going to promote anybody else's software, but there's a lot of them on the market. That's the easiest, quickest way. The other way to do it manually is what it would require that you do is you would see on your leaderboard, hey, my Sim Smart Stop 2, my Smart Stop 2 is crushing it. I think I'll put that one in my live account. So what you would do is you would go to your strategies tab and you would disable that strategy. You would right click on it, select edit, and you'd simply scroll down to your account and you would change it off of your Sim account and put it into your live account. Usually they're way up at the top if it's an eval. Or if it's a PA account, they're in alphabetical order. It'll be in your PA accounts. So that's how you would switch the account. Now, something extremely important. Whenever you make any changes to the strategy parameters, always go and check your instrument. These guys at Ninja Trader, I don't know if they do it on purpose or not. It's probably not. But sometimes when you change something, this will go to a different instrument. So always go back and check. I'm on the right instrument. I'm on the right data series. I'm in the right account. And then I'm going to click OK.
Order submitted.
Now we've got David Wise coming up behind me with the SPY Super System. And David, I was talking to David just yesterday, and we're kind of foaming at the bit for this new trading environment. It's like a whole new beginning. With the new administration, new policies, I think we're going to see a lot of volatility. Maybe we'll even get a mean tweet here and there, and things will really start moving. Whether they move up or down, as long as there's volatility, this is a system that can bring home the bacon. It's going to put some tools in your box that are going to perform well. So it's our job to put the right one in the game. Another thing we're excited about is right line funding. Let me show you this. Very exciting. We're going to be launching here very shortly. The website is underway. This is a framework. This isn't a completed project. The website developer is still completing this, but I wanted to show you this. You can become a funded trader in three steps. You can either start with an eval account and start there, and then your second step or your second step in this journey is you would get the sim funded account, your PA account, get 4 payouts, and we're going to give you a live funded account. We're going to give you a tremendously favored ratio to your payout. We're going to let you keep most of the money. That's what I mean to be telling you. We do want to take a little cut for providing the funding for you, but Mark Miller, God bless him, he has the means. And he's looking for some good traders to be part of the team. And we're going to do a lot of education. We're going to provide you with all of the tools to be successful. And we're hoping to put together in 2025 a real powerhouse of a team of funded traders that we can all celebrate together and make some money in the markets. This is right line funding. Right line funding. We're going to have our own prop firm that's going to provide funding for our traders. Now the URL, if you go to this URL, it's not going to work just yet. I'm logged in as part of the staff. But it is in the process of being developed. And we're really looking forward to working together with you. What are you referring to there, Rao? The housing? 2008. No, Mandinga. You shouldn't have to restart Ninja. After following those steps, it's not in my strategies. in the control panel. I'll tell you what, if you call me as soon as we end this broadcast at 11, I'll do it for you. I want you to have it. I want you to do well. We spent some time on the phone, and you're right there. You're right there, man. That's a good question. The strategies that begin with the word sim. Now, we do share these. The ones that do well, we immediately share with our community. I'm answering Ro. I'm going to call you Ro. I'm answering Ro's question. He asks if we modify the strategies or the default parameters. The ones that you see sim in front of, those are modified. And if we see that they gain traction and do well, we immediately share them with our community in the channel that I just showed you. We have several channels in our Discord chat. The general chat, we have a user's guide that'll blow your mind, thanks to Mr. Higgins. Daily results, but all the way on the bottom, strategy collaboration. The ones that begin with in the account, sim. If it starts with sim and it does well, that's where that's their first stop, is in the collaboration channel. As we continue to optimize them, they make their way into our portfolio with some consistency and optimization. They have to prove themselves. They make it into our portfolio for release for everybody to have. The ones that don't have sim in front of them are all out of the box, straight out of the box. But listen, I want you to know that there is not one instance that anybody has ever asked me for a strategy and I said no. Okay? We don't hide things or protect them and say, no, this one's not for you. If you want something that you see running and you ask me for it, it's yours. Because I want to see you succeed. I assure you that. I don't want to share with you something that's not going to work. That scares me the most. Okay, Rao. Okay, you're talking about the housing crash, yeah. I was in real estate for a long time, so I had an idea that's what you were talking about. George, if the NinjaTrader 8 platform now is a free platform. I always say that. NinjaTrader 8 is a free platform. However, if you go through the prop firms and you have a prop account, your license key comes as part of your prop account. If you're trading a live account, NinjaTrader 8 is a free platform. However, there's a caveat, a disclaimer. If you want commissions, if you want your commissions to be a little bit lower, then you would buy the platform. If you don't mind paying a slightly higher commission, you can use their platform completely free with NinjaTrader 8 brokerage. Now, I did notice in my connections now, if I go to configure, they have a new API with TD Ameritrade. It's back. If you have the new version of Ninja, in fact, I think this is actually the old one, but I'm not sure. But I did see that it's back. You can now connect your Schwab account. You can now connect your Schwab account and stream data for stocks Stocks, no futures, stocks. Using a TD Ameritrade connection, which is really great.
Order submitted.
Hey, Gunter. Good morning, sir. Can you see the website prop account? The Gunter, the website, the website isn't up yet. I just kind of gave you a sneak peek of what's coming probably the beginning of February, late January. It's going to be rightlinefunding.com. Part of the Right Line family. Right Line Funding. Need some capital? We've got it for you. My ES30 star. ES30 range ABC. That's the one out of the box. This sim one has a slight variation to the trade management. The ES, let's see if it's on my leaderboard. Look at this leaderboard.
Order submitted.
Can you imagine being able to trade like this without an automated system? There's just no way on God's green earth. With our mouse and our and our emotions at work, looking at, 3 different instruments or 4 different instruments and being able to put up numbers like this. These are all Apex accounts here.
Order submitted.
You're welcome, George. Anytime, my friend. All right, we got the big weekend coming in. Last weekend, a bit of a catastrophe out on the water. I'm a saltwater fisherman. And we took the boat out, and it was a low tide. And coming off the trailer, the boat flew down and smashed right into the dock. This was to start the day. Put a big ding, a big dent in the back. To make matters worse, it gets worse. To make matters worse, on the way out, we get about a mile away, 2 miles away, and the alarm starts sounding that there's no oil in the boat. So we pour a whole jug of oil in, the entire jug, mistakenly, thinking that would be and I think it was, pretty logical. We thought that would resolve our issue. Only to find out that what was happening was there was a little piece of tinfoil. When you buy a new bottle of oil, it's covered with a little tinfoil covering, kind of like on maple syrup, and you have to peel that off in order to pour your oil in. Well, somehow the foil got into the oil tank, clogged up the receptacle or whatever it is, the intake or outtake, and prevented the oil in the main tank from going into the reserve tank. That's in the motor itself. Anyway, $700 later, over a piece of tinfoil. All right. Well, I hope everybody has a really nice weekend. Thank you, Marcy. I really appreciate your kind words. Rao, you and me both. You read my mind. That what the problem is the interest rates. If you have cash, cash is king, but the pricing is still high. The prices haven't come down. We all thought the housing market crash was coming, but it was the opposite actually. The prices got even higher. They went up with the interest rates. But who knows what the future will hold? Thank you, Marcy. Well, listen, I hope everybody has a blessed weekend. David Wise, who trades the SPY Super System, is actually doing a live training on Saturday. I want to put a quick link in the room. If you've never heard David or seen David Wise, let me tell you something. He's a breath of fresh air. He's a real professional. Who wants nothing more than for you to make money trading. He's a workhorse. He's like a Charles. I consider Charles a workhorse. On Saturday, we got a long weekend this weekend. Yes. Saturday, 1 o'clock. Okay, I just put the link in the chat box. If you're around, even if you're not around, if you're not going to be available on Saturday, register anyway. Register anyway. You'll have the ability to get 2 weeks of free options trades on the SPY Super System. If you register for that webinar, it'll give you the ability to get 2 weeks of free alerts from David Wise. Look at this bot, up $6,000 now. Continuing to grow. Register for that webinar. If you can't make it live, you'll get an email with the ability to get 2 weeks of free options alerts. And let me tell you something, with the volatility that's going to be coming, you'll want to get in. If you trade options, or even if you've never traded options, you'll have the Wise Way to Trade Options Masterclass modules. He does some really easy calls and puts. Everybody can follow along and place these trades. And I'm going to end the broadcast right after this trade. Let's see if we can push up through this resistance. We've got the 1-2 punch, the ES NASDAQ doing its thing. I hope everybody has a blessed weekend. Right into resistance here. Yeah, you're right. Thank you, Judy. God bless you. Have a nice weekend. Hey Jay, you're funny. That was an expensive piece of tinfoil. Hey George, if you're going to be around and you need any help, give me a call. If you have any other questions, I'm just reading back through the chat. Listing video made a comment about the smart velocity stop. Yeah, it's really an exciting strategy. I'm really excited about it. Rarely do you see when I showed you that performance with the time throughout the entire New York session. Very rarely do you see that every single half hour of the session is profitable. That's a strong bot. We could be onto something with that velocity filter. And that's a great thing about our team and our community. We're always brainstorming, and you're always sharing great ideas with us, and it allows us to try all these great things. We're searching. The search never ends. Until you win every trade, you can always get better. This trade's given us some heat. Let's see if it bounces off the 50 to end the day. The bot's up over $6,000 for the session. I mean, it did take some losers. It's important to know that. It did take some losers. This is, I have a feeling this is going to get stuck in this range here with all this support and resistance. We got the 50 acting as support and a lot of upside resistance. This could turn into a ranging market here. We'll give it another couple minutes. I don't think anybody would want to jump in a trade right now. We did have our chances. We had our chances today. Well, let's see if we drift on up. Very low volume. You can see what happens on Friday afternoons. The big wigs are out on the 19th hole in the country club, having a Bloody Mary. All right, if we don't break through it this time, we'll cut the stream short. Looks like we're going to retest to the upside. That's our haymaker entry. When that RSI line comes up, breaks through that 80 with a green 50, we're shooting long. That's a beautiful entry. The problem is we got the upside resistance. Come on, break on through. Go to 1110. 1110. This starts dwindling under 1,000. It's time to call it a day. All right, everybody. I want to thank you again for joining me today. Have a great weekend, everybody. This is the leaderboard. This is how we ended up today. And it was a great day for the AI auto trader. And I hope you have a blessed weekend. And God willing, we'll see you on Tuesday. Tuesday, remember, it's Martin Luther King Day. Happy Martin Luther King Day to everybody. Enjoy your long weekend. We're breaking through. We're breaking through. Here we go to the upside. Let's see if we can get in our profit window. All right, let me end it there. Mandinga, give me 1 minute. I'm just going to run to the restroom. Call me in 2 minutes, and we'll get you that strategy, so you'll be ready to go for next week. Have a great long weekend, everybody. God bless. We'll see you next week. So long. Thank you, Rao. I really appreciate that. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.